Hello everyone, this is Kelly with The Well Life. Thanks for joining me today. In the video, I want to talk about my pyramid that I created for The Well Life, which I share with a lot of my clients. And also, I want to look at the pyramid that is used for the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So I know a lot of you are very familiar with that and you know what the Maslow's hierarchy of needs are. I'm going to display those here so you can see both of them. But I found this interesting when I glanced again at Maslow's hierarchy of needs because I was like, wow, that's very close to the pyramid and the things on the pyramid that I share for a full life, right? And basically, what I teach is holistic. Yeah, because the holistic approach is the best approach because if there's one area of your life that you're lacking in, odds are it's going to cause a lack or a lull in another area of your life. So I want to read you quickly the pyramid for Maslow's hierarchy of needs and what it says. And then I'll share again, some of you have seen my pyramid and what I share. But on Maslow's hierarchy of needs, on the bottom rung, it says physiological needs. And so that's water, food, shelter, right? That's all the necessities that we're all familiar with, sleep, clothing, so forth. Okay, the next one says safety needs, and it says personal security, resources, health, property. Okay, the next one is love and belonging, and that's friendship, family, sense of community, connection. And then the next one is esteem, and that's respect, self-esteem, recognition, strength, freedom. And then the top rung says self-actualization. And this is my favorite one. Desire to be the most one can be. Yes. So, I don't know if any of you are feeling like I have felt many times in my life, like I am not the best that I can be. And I feel so much like there's just so much stuck inside and I can't get it out. And the worst thing that I would do is seek some outside approval, right, to make me feel as though I was the best person. Now, looking at my pyramid, what I created was what I call the well life pyramid. And what I teach is on the bottom rung, it says think well. But then I'm going to go to the top and just kind of go down the pyramid because I kind of also used like an acronym. So at the top is sleep well, and then I have move well, eat well, love well, and think well. And so these relate a lot to Maslow's hierarchy of needs. At the bottom rung on mine, I placed think. And I've said this many times because I set the pyramid up purposely like this because at the bottom, which is the base of the pyramid, I had think well because I believe that our thinking is creating our life ultimately. Okay, so change the way you're thinking, and then that can then change your mood. It can change your attitude. It can change relationships. It changes a lot when we change our thinking. But what I want to stress today, and hopefully you all can just reflect on this. I talked the other day in a video about intuition versus tuition and how we are gathering a lot of, and I use the word knowledge, information. They're different, but they're interchangeable. But be careful and know that information is out there and there's a lot of information. So, but what I think moreover that most of us are seeking is transformation. So not only just the information, but we want the information to be of value to us, right? So it's like, help me get from, A to B, A to Z, whatever, with the information that I'm receiving, right? So There's a reason and a purpose to seek the information. And generally, that is because we are seeking transformation. We want something to change, or we want something to be a little different. So I will leave you with the thoughts of thinking very intentionally, right, about what you're focusing on, and intentionally seek out information, and be careful that it is information that you want and that you have chosen, and that it will add value to your life. Again, like I said, I like to share a holistic approach. I love it that people can look at their whole being, right? And I use the words mind, body, and soul. Mind, body, and spirit, whatever you are comfortable with. And that does not have anything to do with religion when we say soul or spirit. It most absolutely can. And it's a beautiful thing if you're religious. And if you're not, then I don't, you don't have to take that in an offensive way, like, well, what is she talking about? Mind, body, soul, spirit, whatever. But it's more so that inner feeling. We all have emotions, so we all have feelings. So call that your spirit, call that your soul, right? And at the core, we are seeking something of meaning. As Maslow's top rung said, the desire to be the best person we can be. I believe that is within all of us, that we want to be the best we can be, because that does feel good. That does feel like a sense of purpose, a sense of direction. So I also say to my clients and people that I speak with, most of us, the scariest thing is that we tend to live our lives on what I call autopilot, and that we need to get out of. We need to get out of the autopilot, and that is that you get up every day and you live your life basically from what the things that you have done the day before, previously, the month before, the year before, right? 5 years before. You're just on the autopilot, going through the motions, sort of a way of life, right? And so I ask, you know, that you go inward, that you seek a more intentional life, and that you take the wheel, right? And that you become the pilot. You're not on autopilot. You are the pilot of your life, and steer your life in the direction that you want. But in order to do that, you do need to be intentional, and you want to seek information that will cause transformation for you. So I hope that this helped you. I will leave some information, some ways to connect with me. And I just want for everyone to feel, as Maslow's pyramid says, that sense of the high self, the sense of the best self. And that I believe we can do if we just become intentional about what we're seeking, what we're looking at, what we're focused on, and become more clear and more knowing, right? You just have that inner knowing, like I talked about, intuition versus tuition. Intuition, what is your intuition telling you? What is your intuition guiding you toward? And that is what you need to seek. And hopefully that brings you transformation and not just an overload of information. This is Kelly with The Well Life. I hope this helped you. Thank you for joining me. I hope to see you in the next video. Remember, your lifestyle is a choice. Choose well.